Hey math friends! We've been doing some input-output boxes as a review in class. So here's a couple to remind you how it works. So if I put in 15 and I get out 27, there was a rule that I had to have followed to get there. Well, since 15 is less than 27, well, I know they must have added to 15 to get there. So I know subtracting is incorrect. Since that number got bigger, they had to have added, okay? Well, now how much did they add? That's what I've got to find out. So what I would probably do is count up from 15 to see how much they added. So if I have 15 and I add 10 more, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So when I counted up from 15, I had 12 fingers. So that tells me that their rule was add 12. And look, it works for this too. If I add 12 to 16, guess what? It gets me to, ooh, if I can write, there you go. It gets me to 28. If I add 12 to this 19, guess what? It gets me to 31. If I add 12, so we know the rule is add 12 because every time you add 12, it gets you this out number here. Okay, let's look at another one. This one puts 15 in and gets 10 out. If you put 15 in and you end up with less, 10, you know you had to have subtracted. So let's take the add away. Since it's less, we know we subtracted. Well, how much did we subtract? What is 15 minus 10? Well, it's 5, right? They took 5 away to get me to 10. So I know my rule is subtract 5. In fact, if I subtract 5 from this number, I get 12. If I subtract 5 here, I get 31. If I subtract 5 here, I get 36. So my rule is subtract 5. So the reason why we went over this, friends, is because we can also use these input-output boxes when we are multiplying. So let's look at a few examples. Here's one of my favorites. It's pans and muffins. I just made muffins over the weekend. Look at this. If they had one pan, they could make six muffins. 2 pans, 12 muffins. 3 pans, 18 muffins. And then they had to fill in 4 pans, 24 muffins, and 5 pans, 30 muffins. Well, the way that I saw this is I think, okay, I had to multiply. How did I get from 1 to 6? 1 times what would get me to 6? 1 times 6 gets me to 6. Okay. 2 times what will get me to 12? 2 times 6 gets me to 12. 3 times what will get me to 18? 3 times 6 gets me to 18. So if I multiply by 6 for every single problem, I know that my rule is probably going to multiply by 6. So look, multiply the number of pans by 6. My rule is times 6. Okay. Let's solve some together. Let's look at this first one. This one has 2 blanks in it that we have to fill in, but we got to find the rule first. How can I get from 2 to 8? Let me see. Let me count by 2s until I get to 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. I had to multiply by 4. If I multiply by 4, that gets me to 8. How do I get from 3 to 12? Let me sing my 3 song until I get to 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. 4 again. Multiply by 4. How do I get from 4 to 16? 4, 8, 12, 16. 4 again. So for all of these problems, I multiplied by 4. So I bet my rule is going to be multiply by 4. That's my rule because each time they multiply by 4 to get from the top boxes to the bottom boxes. Okay? So let's try 5. I've got to figure out what's here. My rule is multiply by 4. So if I take 5 and multiply by 4, 5 times 4 is 20. So I know my box is filled in with 20. And let's do 6. I know I have to, my rule is times 4, so I've got to do 6 times 4. I might have to sing a song. I might sing my 6's song until I get 6's song until I get to 4 fingers. 6, 12, 18, 24, takes me to 24. So I know this box is 24. All right, let's try another one. Look at this one. How do I get from 2 to 14? I'm going to sing my 2s until I get to the 14. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That was 7 fingers. So I had to multiply by 7 to get there. So 2 times 7 got me to the 14. I don't know this one yet. I'm going to skip down to this one because this one's done for me. And I'm going to see what the rule is. Okay, I've got to get from 4 to 28. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to sing my 4 song until I say 28. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. How many fingers was that? 7. So 4 times 7 again. So I've got times 7 and times 7. I'm going to skip this one and try this one. If this one's also times 7, then I know my rule has to be times 7. So let's sing our 6s song. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. Guess what it is? Times 7. Okay, it's pretty safe to say that our rule is going to be multiply by what, guys? By 7, because each time I had to multiply by 7 to get to this number. So, what am I going to do to find this box? I'm going to do what my rule is. I'm going to multiply by 7. I'm going to do 3 times 7. So, let's sing our 3s till we get 7 fingers. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Guess what fills in this box? 21. All right. So, same with this box. If I want to figure out what's here, I got to follow the rule. So, 5 times 7. Let's do it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So, guess what fills it in? 35. So, what you guys are doing is you're finding the rule and using it to solve the missing boxes. We're going to do one more and then we'll be done. I've got to solve these missing boxes. How did I get from 1 to 8? I definitely multiplied by 8 because 1 times 8 is 8. All right, let's skip down to this one. How did I get from 3 to 24? Let's sing our 3 song. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. How many fingers was that? 8 fingers. So it looks like I've got times 8 again. I bet our rule is multiply by 8. Let's do the last one just to make sure. I'm going to count by 5, sing my 5s until I get to 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I guess how many fingers it was? It was 8. So it's times 8 again. Okay? So it's pretty safe to say my rule is going to be to multiply by 8. Let's use that rule to solve these boxes. I'm going to do 2 times 8, and I get 8, 16. And then let's multiply this by 8, and I'll get 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. That's 32. Awesome. So what you guys did is you followed the rule to figure out blank boxes in these multiplication tables. You did a great job.